Now it is time for Stats Sports. Here's your host, Rob Lepelstat.
Here with a World Series champion, the New York Yankees, Mark Teixeira. Mark, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
So we're here at the Greenwich International Film Festival. Just what does the film festival and this whole organization mean to you?
Well, it's a great way for me to give back to the community, through film, through supporting so many great filmmakers, actors, actresses, the organizations in Greenwich that we support are, and really nationwide that we support are very special to us.
This panel is going to be about athletes and championships and everything it takes to do that. You have experience, obviously, as a champion with the Yankees. Just what does it take to be a champion?
It takes a lot, but I think today the panel is about the sacrifices, right? You see the celebrations, you don't see the behind the scenes, the anguish, some of those tough parts, and I think that's what we're going to get to today.
With you, it was so much success, the All-Star appearances, and you didn't win until you got to the Yankees in 2009. Just kind of talk about the struggles and the ups and downs of that journey.
Well, there's 30 teams in Major League Baseball. Only one gets to win every year, and that's how tough it is. And whether you look at Olympic sports or any individual sport as well, there's so many people that are trying to win a championship. So many teams, so many individuals, and for you to be the last one standing in any event is pretty spectacular.
When the final out of that game, Rivera's pitching, you're at first base, and there's that iconic shot of you holding up your arm. Just what was going through your mind in that moment?
Yeah, that's the money shot. Don't drop the ball was number one, but a culmination of my entire career, as a kid, all the work that you've done. You obviously want to have personal success, but it's a team game. Baseball's a team game, and getting to celebrate with my teammates and knowing all the hard work that put into it was pretty cool.
You've won a World Series, but you've also won a World Series in New York. Just what does that mean, winning in New York on the biggest stage?
Yeah, the Yankees are the most important sports franchise in the history of American sports. And, when you look at the championships and you look at all of the great Hall of Famers, starting back from Babe Ruth and so many great players, it's a little bit more special in New York, especially the fans. The best fans in the world, an iconic stadium in Yankee Stadium. So winning with the pinstripes is something that you'll never be able to recreate.
I love your work for ESPN. I've got to ask you about the 2019 Yankees, and what kind of advice would you give to Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton, guys who are sluggers, stars trying to win in New York?
Yeah, well, first of all, they're both hurt right now, and so I think number one is be patient because the team's doing well. Don't come back too early because the Yankees need those guys in the second half of the season and in October. But listen, winning in New York, you have to take the good with the bad, right? When you're winning, everything's great. When you're losing or you hit a tough stretch, it's tough because there's a lot of fans and a lot of media that expect a lot out of you. But just stay focused on the in between the lines because there's a lot of noise out there, but in between the lines, it's still baseball.
Final thing here, just what do you make of this team with all the injuries? Everyone seems to be hurt, but they're in first place right now.
Give Aaron Boone a ton of credit. That coaching staff has made all the guys buy into. It doesn't matter who's hurt, doesn't matter who's not on the field. The guys that are on the field are talented, and we're going to win.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it, man.